Hello, Harris. This will be some feedback for you, cumulative feedback on both the print ad and the web banner. I'm glad you got it in. Sometimes you need to remind me if you turn things in late, but just know that I won't consider you late. Harris, you've got some great ingredients here, and I'm sure it feels difficult to make a choice. I think, though, that it would be better if you maybe simplified it. But let me also address the file structure, which looks great. You know, I can turn things on or off at will. Now, I would capitalize on this. Oops, and I would bleed images wherever possible. I think you have the resolution to support that. Scale it up, maybe. Yeah, and by bleeding, you know, meaning going off the edges, I think it makes for a cleaner look. I would avoid thin borders like this. Magazines are trimmed, and so anything that runs close to the edge runs the risk of being trimmed off. You know, consider overlapping images too. Makes it a little more interesting, a little less boxy perhaps. And you know, I would capitalize on your copy here. You know, make those things large. Spirit, body. I like the contrast. I didn't mean to turn that image off of a urban scene next to that. I mean, I think you could definitely capitalize on that as a theme, where the let's see, where was it? Yeah, maybe turn that off. Yeah, here, you know, again, bleed it off the edge, and perhaps make it, you know, large enough so that they can see the viewer can see the comparison. So we try maybe 150. I don't know, as you will, of course, but consider more collage effects. Certainly highlight your copy, which I think is suitable, and bring up the contrast between, you know, this sort of gray urban scene and the tranquility of the tropical scene. You know, perhaps that could be a little larger, and then think about contact information. Take a look at contemporary travel and leisure ads to see how they handle that. All right, I'm going to go on to the web banner next. Harris, a couple of reminders. You've turned your web banner in with the print ad, which is okay, but you'll need to resubmit it through the prompt. I think it's 5.2 prompt web banner for me to consider it. But I will give you feedback on it here. In terms of file structure, you've got it all set up to animate. What is missing, unless I am missing something, is the actual animation. So let me just briefly show you how that can be accomplished. It's pretty simple. You know, when you open this up, you'll see you have the option to create a frame animation or video timeline animation. Let's go with frame animation. That's, you know, probably the simplest. And by double clicking on this, you'll get the timeline editor. All right, so I'm going to insert a few extra frames. And again, I may be missing something. This may be old hat to you. I'm going to insert what's called tweening. Just going to try 10 frames in between. Oops. All right. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Before I do that, though, okay, so before I do that, let me back that up a bit. I'm going to change some things in the frames, just so we have, you know, for purposes of demonstration. So in the last frame, I'm going to turn off that image. Perhaps in the second frame, and that image. In this frame, I'm going to perhaps turn off some of the copy, just arbitrarily turn off some stuff here. Okay, so, and then in between the second and the third frame, I'm going to insert some tweening, 10 frames. I'm then going to select them all and make their interval, you know, maybe 1/10 of a second. Again, purposes of demonstration. More frames of shorter intervals will give you smoother effects. All right, so there is a basic one. Some of these features you might keep. And in general, I wouldn't outline your boxes. It's a little noisy. Take a look at the simplicity of your print ad. They should inform each other. This, it's fun perhaps. This image off to the right, but think about it in comparison to the other imagery you've used. Move things around and make sure that both ads look like they're from the same corporation. All right, Harris, this will probably be it for video feedback. I'm going to end it here, but I'm glad you're getting things in.